Hello and welcome everybody to the Zoom call that is going to be showing you how I was able to make $7,000 prop trading, $7,000 people prop trading in a couple of hours with this easy strategy. Now, in the last couple of videos, I've already explained to you guys and girls how the strategy works, but we'll be going over it again just to make sure it's clear for every single person to understand this and what it takes for you to be able to do this easily. So this is Neo, the indicator, what you can see on my chart at the moment, and it's only just two indicators I've actually got, which is this indicator here, which adds the stuff on the chart as well, and then this indicator here, which is just two. It's just really and truly one table, but I add the table twice, so I can get 28 pairs, and I can scan 28 pairs, the breakouts that they're doing, so basically the FVGs that they're forming, EMA crosses as well, and then I can also see breaks of structure. So I'm still playing around with the break of structure at the moment, so I might make some more tweaks to it. But it is still pretty good as it stands. Boom, boom, boom. You just add it twice, mate, and when you add it the second time, just add it twice. So add two indicators, and then we add it the second time. Just go to here, and you can see you can change where you want them. So you can put in the top right, and then you put the second one in the bottom right, and therefore you've got two indicators. After you've done that, just change the text to tiny, small, normal, or large. Depends on your eyesight. Simple. And you add the pairs right here. You just click on it and add the pairs. Yeah, so you've got three indicators altogether. But the Neo trading suite only comes with two indicators. You just add the breakout table twice. Because of coding reasons, you couldn't get the tickers 28 in one go. That's why. Because it starts creating craziness. Yeah. When people ask me that question, I'm not trying to be funny and that. I love you guys and girls, but come on, we've got to be more proactive. It's a 1 second like brain thought. Do you get what I'm saying? Again, I'm not picking you out, Pikachu, but it's a 1 second brain thought. If you want to have 28 pairs, add two indicators, move the chart. What a lot of people do, I've noticed when they get Neo, they don't actually just go into the settings and actually see what the settings have. So they'll ask me very basic questions, which is just like, if you go into the settings, they'll be like, how do I change the size of the text? Let's just say now. And I'll be like, well, right there. Right there. Just go into the settings. Right? Go into the settings. So it's not more or less it's a silly question, but it's not necessary if you got whenever you get anything, you got to break it apart. And what I mean by that is you go into the settings and see what it does. If you don't understand the setting, then you ask the question. Do you get what I mean? But a lot of people they just add it and they're like, my chart doesn't look like your chart. And I'm like, well, have you clicked on the settings? Click on the settings, you know what I mean? But anyway, now, cool. So let's move forward from there. So, what was I going to say? All right, cool. So, yeah, let's keep this very simple. So, you can see here, this is a replay mode at the moment. And this is a trade I actually gave out as a signal to everybody that was a lifetime member of Neo on MT4 before, because some people would say, well, why is this any different from the old Neo or all of that type of stuff? Everybody that paid for lifetime access of Neo before, any trade setups that I'm giving out to the paid members, that's signals. Um, I'm also giving that out to the lifetime members as well, because again, they did pay for a service back then. But of course, if they want to get Neo on TradingView, you have to be a paid member. If you want to get a monthly subscription on TradingView, you can message me after this video. And there's a lifetime subscription as well, so you don't have to pay no monthly costs if you pay for lifetime. If you do that, then obviously we'll discuss the pricing and stuff like that. But there's only a limited amount of spaces left for that. I'm not going to be having lifetime forever. So at some point, it will stop lifetime access because, again, I don't like giving lifetime access out because it can cause a lot of problems for people that, I've had people message me a year and a half later for the old MT4 version. And they're like, yeah, can you add me to Neo on TradingView? And I'm like, obviously you paid, 100 GBP like 2 years ago, my friend. I'm like, you haven't messaged me since. How am I going to spend how much thousands creating this TradingView indicator and then just give that to you for free as well? That it doesn't make sense. Or based on the same one payment you made 2 years ago, it doesn't really make sense. So with lifetime access, I'm trying to be careful on how much I give to people. It's not that there'll be new things in future, but it doesn't mean that you own me forever. Come on, people, let's just be realistic with the price of what you've paid for lifetime and what you actually get, which is always going to be a lot of stuff. So yeah, we'll just move forward from there. So All right, cool. So Euro USD was the trade setup I gave out this week, and I gave it out on the Tuesday because on the Monday, as you can see here, we had our breakout candle, which is shown with this green box here as well, showing you breakout candle. So the FVG was forming. Um, and then we also had a EMA break here as well at the same time. So this EMA break at the same time with this now triggered the table to give us at least these two setups here. So these two setups here is the flashing green color on the breakout order here. And as you can see, it says yes. And then we also had the bullish EMA crossover here, which again would come up as a flash. Now, also what this would do is flash up a third column now, but we don't have to worry about that column. I'm actually going to switch this column off for now, just so it doesn't confuse anyone. So you'll see it'll just switch itself off in a second. Boom, 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 which is nice. So now we've only got two columns there. And you can see this was basically telling me there was a buy set up. This is all you got to look for as soon as the market closes. As soon as the market closes, whatever time that is where you are. In the UK, it's 10 o'clock. If you're in NY, so New York, it should be around about 5 p.m. Give it about 5 to 10 minutes. So, and then this table should update. And as you can see here, it told us on Tuesday that Euro USD was a buy, and it says USD CHF is a possible sell. So with Euro USD, all I did is now go to my 4-hour chart, and I was just waiting for the setup to appear. So remember, I can see my daily chart here, and this is all you need. You need two tables here. Boom. So I can see this happening here, and I'm just waiting for price action to retest this FVG, which it already has here, because this is an FVG that has formed. We've got one candle here for the breakout, a middle candle, the FVG candle, and the third candle closed there. So price already retested this FVG, as we can see with this candle here. So all I'm waiting for is a W1, a W2, or a low 4-hour label to appear now for me to enter this trade. Now, I don't know if it was me being tired because I was actually trying to add the break of structure system, which I'll go over as well later. That's these arrows you can see on the chart. I'm trying to add it, but I could have sworn that this next candle closure came up with a W1, a low, or a W2. But I guess I was just wrong. Maybe I was just tired at the time because I was up for a few hours doing this. So we actually entered this trade here because I'm pretty sure I saw it at that time. But again, I don't know if my eyes were just deceiving me. But that's no problem at all because if we just move forward, boom, 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 there you go. You got a low entry here. So even if we moved, let's say our trade to here, which again, we entered lower than that. So it was 280 pips from where we entered, which was still a very good entry. You can see here, boom, we had our low entry here straight away. The arrows were also showing us that there was a 4-hour break of structure bullish there as well, which again is another great sign for us anyway. And as you can see, the table here says bullish, showing us that there's a break of structure as well. So we can see the break of structure on all the different pairs basically at the same time over here, which is great for us because we can see, again, what structure, direction, price is going. But that's not part of the confluence. The main confluence is the breakout candle on the daily and our FVG forming here. On the 4-hour, price has already retested this FVG. Simple. So as soon as it's retested this FVG, which it already had, yeah, then all we was waiting for was the 4-hour low W1 or W2 label. So let's just do this. So a second. So we can get these arrows off the chart so you can see it better there. Boom. So you can see here, we had the low label form right there. So your entry could have been here if you did not enter on the signal. You would have just entered as soon as this candle had closed, boom, and you would have got in this trade set up right from there. So this is even lower than this, sorry, boom. This would have been here, boom. There, yeah, cool. And from there, we're just literally in the trade. I gave this, like I said, I gave this signal out to every single person that was in the paid group and in the lifetime access for Neo, which was on MT4 at first. So they can obviously make money as well. My aim is to obviously let people make money so they can at least try Neo out for a month. Or if they do take a fantastic trade, which this one was, you'll be able to even just buy lifetime access off a free signal I gave you based on this strategy. So if we just fast forward it now, and then we can see, obviously, this was the massive candle that we were like, hey, wolf. So as soon as this happened, I pretty much got out of my trade. I think it was even after, was it this one or this one? I'm trying to think, Tuesday. Yeah, I think it was even this candle here I got out, but you can see by 6 o'clock, it did this massive crazy move here, which was insane. Now we're going to go to the daily chart to look at this trade chart because it just gets crazier and crazier. So what I'm seeing is there's like, if you are going to hold these trades, there's like a lifespan of about 2 days on these trades. So if we now go over to the second day, we can see here, boom. So this is the day we entered and where we entered. And if you come to the second day here, now you've got 280 pips. So if you are going to get into a position where you're trying to make more risk to reward and you want to hold them, you know, obviously some trades they might pull back on you because not every single trade is going to do 280 pips. Let's be realistic, people. I'm trying to get to that point, but hey, you know, come on, it's a build up. But if you are trying to go for it, and I tell every single person when I come out of the trade, I say, look, I came out for my own reasons, but this trade can still buy. I tell people if I see that in the signal chat as well. So that is what you get also with the service. I'll also tell you that where the take profits can be and where it can obviously, so where the take profits can be and if it can still buy or if it looks sketchy or whatever. I told everyone it can still buy. That's all there documented in the Telegram chats. And you can see clearly this is what the trade did in 2 days. You know, this is literally like a 2%, 3% trade easily on this trade on this setup. You didn't even have to risk that much. You could have been risking 0.5%, you would have made like 1.5%. You could have risked, if you risked 1%, you would have made 3% growth on your prop account. You know, if you're trying to flip an account, you would have made, let's say it was 100% growth, you would have made 300% growth almost on this trade, or because our TP, max TP was even here. So yeah, you would have made like 200 to 300% growth in your account trying to flip it in this one trade setup. So just showing everybody this idea of this at the moment. Does anybody have any questions so far, just based on this? Because I've gone over this a good few times, and I really want people to understand how simple this is. And I think a lot of people are kind of putting themselves in this disservice. And why I say that, because again, if you're already making money in this game or whatever, that's great. Then obviously you don't need this. That's good for you. But you know, if you don't want to stress yourself, you literally just have to look at this. Like we're going to look at this chart again, and within the next like hour, we're just going to look at this table again on the daily, and we're going to know any pairs that are ready for trade setups in the day, literally. So that's coming into Thursday market. We're going to know what pairs to look at straight away, immediately, because this table's telling us. We didn't have to do nothing crazy. Now, USD CHF was another trade, remember, because it appeared on the table. But what it didn't do, not what I didn't do, what it didn't do is we can see here was its 4-hour FVG. So let's go over here so you can see the daily. We had a daily breakout candle here. So I'll just take it back there so you can see. Boom. Yeah. We had our daily breakout candle here, as you can see. Boom. Yeah. And straight away we had it here. So price was supposed to come back and retest this FVG. It didn't. So that's why I never gave up the signal. Now, the reason I took this trade entry myself as well in my profits where I made myself a K is because I already saw it did a fake daily breakout here at this point, but this was Friday going into Monday. So I usually tell people I don't trade Mondays or Fridays because that's the beginning of the week and the end of the week, and they may not move price on those days. It's like a 50-50. If they want to just finish it off, they will. If not, they won't. So I prefer to just not trade them so I don't give myself any headache. And as you can see, it was a fake breakout, basically. Price never really did too much. It just did this with its entry here. And then obviously it started to reverse. So when it did this reversal back through the daily EMA with the breakout, yeah, then I was like, okay, yeah, now this should be its intended direction, at least for the next day or 2 days. So that's why I just entered this trade as soon as I saw that this one started to sell. I was like, yep, let me get in. But because this could just go. And again, anyway, my stop loss would have been, let's say if I even entered here, my stop loss would have been above this. So it would have either been above this FEG or this one here. So it would have been about 38 to 44 pip stop loss. So I said, I can hold that. That's no problem. Even if it pulls back, just whatever it is and take the trade. And that's exactly what I did. Yeah. So this one never gave a confirmation of a 4-hour entry. I want to make that clear, but I just gave my reasons as to why I took that trade setup. Yeah. Cool. And then as you can see, it just started to melt and it just kept continuing to melt basically until it went all the way down there. So let's say you got in from this candle here, closure. That was about a 95 pip trade setup. So that is how simple this is. Now, we're still going to even go back to other trades that I looked at last week as well. But again, I want to ask before I continue, is there any questions that anybody has for me? Yeah. Any questions you've got so far? Or is this not simple? There's a few people in this Zoom call right now. I just want to know, is this simple, this strategy that I'm showing you? Because I kid you not, people, you're not going to give yourself stress no more in the market if you actually just have this Neo system. And I think people need to get over the hurdle of thinking I'm just trying to sell them something. Of course, I'm going to sell this product because I'm spending hours with the coding team or coding myself, this indicator. So my time needs to be worth some type of money, regardless. It's just crazy for people to believe, for me to give this to them for free. It's just insanity because, you know, sleep isn't free. While I'm sleeping, I can't explain to the gas company or any place I'm renting from or whatever. They're, I can't tell them, yeah, you know, I trade, so can you give me this property for free? No, it doesn't work like that, people. So let's not be stupid. Yeah, let's just be realistic. Everything costs, time costs, time is money. So yeah, it's very simple, very stress-free, as you can see, John Jay just said there. So any other questions, people? If you've got no questions, we'll go into them. All right, cool. So let's just go into the trade that happened. Whoops, let's go into the trade that happened last week. And you can just see how ridiculous. Now, we do have to bear in mind, I think that these trades have done such huge moves because every quarter there's going to be a huge breakout in the market. And that's why they usually tell people the market doesn't trend obviously you can kind of get in and out of the market quicker than the market actually does a long-term trend. And I've noticed this for years now that the market tends to break out within every quarter of the year. As you know, we've got 4 quarters every year. So March, the end of Feb going into March seems to be where the big breakout happened because these are the biggest trades we've seen this year so far, what we're seeing right now in price action. And yeah, you can see this move here. So last week, what happened here? So we can see EuroCAD had a breakout candle above the here. And I did show this one in last week's video. So here, boom. Okay. Look at the dashboard. Boom. What does it tell you? We don't have to do anything. The dashboard tells you straight away. Look here. USD CAD. Sorry, not USD CAD. Euro CAD. Yes. Bullish. Green as well. So we've got 2 green columns here. So that's all. And in that day, Tuesday, we didn't have no stress on Tuesday. We knew EuroCAD is the only pair to look at. We had no stresses. So it was Monday going into Tuesday. All I did now is wait for the 4-hour to have a retest on the FVG. As soon as the 4-hour retested the FVG here, let's just wait for the 4-hour. Let's see what this does. Boom. We had our low label right there. As soon as we had this low label, enter the trade. So our entry was here. Yeah, so let me show you this. Give me a sec. On the short tool, long tool, boom. Our entry was here. Our stop loss was below here. Yeah. It was just below the daily FVG because I said, hey, the daily breakout order, sorry. I said that makes sense rather than putting it here. Let's just make it a bit bigger. So we've got a little bit of a safety net there. Boom. Yeah. And then obviously we had our take profit levels, which were going higher up. Let's just put this here. Our take profits were based on the liquidity you can see on the daily time frame or the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame, we obviously had a liquidity up here, right here, boom. So we had one here. So this is where I put the take profit level, boom. And that's really giving us a 4-hour trade like that, yeah? So this is where I put it, which is there. And we can see even on the daily, it goes higher. So really, where is it? Sorry, the 4-hour one, which is also a daily one at the same time. So this was our max TP because we can see this is obviously a nice huge trade. And our lower TP levels would have been like, where's the entry? Boom, trying to see. So our lower TP would have been, I believe, this one here. Yeah, this one here would have been our lower TP. So it was a bit lower. So this was actually TP2. Where it was up there. We can see there's another liquidity just right here, basically on the 4-hour, which actually helps us. So it's pretty cool. So it's very simple for us to know where price could go to. And then obviously when we just go here, boom, 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 we go on a daily chart and we can already see in the first day of just entering the trade, that was a 131 pip trade. Serious breakout. You can even see how the table has now updated itself and it's telling you what pairs to look for the next day. So you had AUD CHF on the Wednesday. You had Euro AUD on the Wednesday. You had Euro New Zealand on the Wednesday and USD CAD. We're going to go visit those 4 pairs after to see what they've done. We're going to go back to this Wednesday. Yeah. So look, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And let's just watch. So if you held this pair for its swing, boom. Can you see? So you had it nice smashed. So your entry was all the way down here, all the way down these levels here. And altogether, this was a 300 and let's just call it a 300 pip trade. Do you understand? So again, we had 2 losses the week before this entry that I showed you here. So the week before this entry, we had 2 losses at about 35 to 40 pips each, yeah? But now the next trades that came through, look at that, boom, 300 pip trade. The other one I showed you 280 pip. Nice and simple. Let's see this. If I miss my entry point at the break of the 50, cool. So beautiful setup there. Nice and simple, guys and girls. So that was Euro CAD. Now let's go over to Euro AUD. So if we go over to Euro AUD, and the same thing happened here, which was the Wednesday. So Wednesday was here. Boom. Look at the table again. No need to stress. No need to stress. If I'm lying, I'm flying, people. It's right in front of you. You can see this table right here. Look, Euro AUD. Yes, bullish. Boom. Telling you, look for the setup on the trade. Yeah, this was the day. Let's go to our 4-hour entry. I even gave the trade. I never gave this one out as a signal, as I was trying to work with the daily break of structure, which I had shown. And obviously now I have updated in the chart. If you've watched from the beginning of the video or not, you can see here, boom. I've actually updated it now to show the daily break of structure as well. So right there, now you can see, look, Euro AUD is also bullish now, obviously, when this one closes. It's replay mode, so obviously the candles read a bit different when you're showing the table, but the table would look like this once, obviously, this candle had broken above this high. It would have said boom. But it wasn't daily bullish, so I never wanted to give this out as a signal because I was a bit sketchy on how it's looking. So I'm still trying to collect data on daily bullish breakout structures with this strategy as well. And what I spoke about in the beginning of the last video when I was going over the losses, not just the wins. So anyway, boom. This was still an entry just based on the simple idea of the trading strategy. And I gave this as a trade idea, which I'll update in the pip count as well. So let me just get rid of these lines here quickly. Boom. And look here. So again, our breakout candle was here. So let's go to the end of that day. Boom. When did it retest? It retested right here. As soon as this candle closed and it came to 2 a.m. in the morning, there was an entry. So as soon as that happened at 2 a.m. for me, which would have been around about 2, boom, and 2, around about 9 p.m. for NY people, I believe, people in New York and those type of time zones, we would have got in on this candle right here. So I've got in on this candle here. Again, got in on this candle here, closure of this candle. Stop loss is just literally, yeah, below this 4-hour FEG here. Because if you now put it below the daily one, you start getting a huge stop loss. So you don't want your stop loss to be too big. So this is why what I like to play around is around 40 to 50 pips, maybe touching 60, depending if the pair moves a lot of pips in a day, you know what I mean? So around about 40 to 50 is what I don't mind. So boom. So your stop loss would have been right there. And your take profit level based on the daily would be all the way up here. On the daily would be all the way up here. So that's your max take profit level. So that's a 5R trade. If we go over to the right, obviously you had a take profit level that could have been here as well, I believe. No, this one would have been touched. Yeah, you had a take profit level that was here as well. And then you also, so now you have your TP1 around this level here. And then your TP2 was this max level here. And then obviously if we just go to the daily time frame again, just to play the replay, and then what happens, boom. This is when the daily break of structures happen now. You can see you got your arrow there to tell you the daily break of structures happen. And then what do we get? Just get price doing this. Smash. So this was actually a crazy trade. So this trade actually went on to do, from the entry of Neo, it actually went on to do a 14-hour trade setup on the smash of that trade. So you're not going to get these type of trades every day, but that was a 14-hour trade setup in, was it Wednesday? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. That's crazy, literally. So it can turn into a swing trade as well. And look at even the entry it gave you with this arrow. The arrow even looks crazy as well. Like, bing, and then you're just in the trade, and it's like, whoom. Do you understand? Because as soon as this candle closed, this would have been, it appears as the candle's forming, and it would appear because of the way it's set up as the candle's forming, because it's going to break this high over here. But again, obviously the confirmation is when the candle closes, as it should be on any strategy or indicator you use in trading. When the candle closes, boom, and look at that, that's a crazy setup there for this trading setup. You can even see from where it did it with the soul here, boom, and then continue. So I wouldn't trade them alone. I prefer to trade it, as I've told you, a whole placed with everything. But You literally can see it here. And then what does this look like, people? People ask me, why do I have the N and W indicator? Well, again, what does this look like here? You can even see the way it says W1 there and everything. You've got W1, then you've got the high, then you've got W2, and boom, it goes all the way to the moon. Can you see, people? This is the whole reason why I created the N and W indicator in the first place. It's a double bottom and double top indicator. And once it comes in the right order, that's why I keep updating Neo. We're eventually just going to be able to get these type of trade setups more than we're not. Do you understand? Because you can see the W right in front of you. Imagine you could find these 8 out of 10 times in the market. These W's, do you understand? And the M's. It's beautiful, people. Just beautiful work. But this is what you're seeing. Like, how silly is that? Look, W1, W2. This is the type of trades. These are the perfect type trade setup. You don't get them every day. Because for the fact that it did a W1 here, a high and a W2, sometimes it would do some, it would create these in between. And this could have been a low entry for a buy. But this was perfect for the W1, the high, the W2, and whoop. Like, you don't get that every day. I'll tell you that for sure. Mhm. Cool. So, sorry, someone just asked a question. Yeah, I'll look at them after, my friend. I'll look at them after. So, I'm just trying to go over what we actually we're looking at the trade setup. So, boom. So now we can see here that there was the other pair as well. Euro New Zealand was the other one. And it was the same thing from the Wednesday. You can even see, look here, W1 high, W2, boom. Can you see? Look at the trade setup. Even look where that arrow was there. So this is where we had the breakout. And then the Wednesday, we had the entry for the trade setup. And if you go to the Wednesday, it was right here was the W2 entry right here. And then boom. So from there to there, obviously the FEG was there. Just got to add more FEGs now. Here, boom. There we go, people. So you can see the FEG. It was even here, this W1 entry, actually. Actually, no, that was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday into the close. So when this closed, and it was 2 a.m. for me on Tuesday, around about 9 a.m. for people in New York, we would have entered on the closure of this candle here. Again, it's ridiculous. This is like another 15-hour trade. So if you can see right here, boom, I just put that in there. Let's just make this bigger for everyone. It doesn't look all squash. Stop loss will be where? The stop loss could have easily have been just below this 4-hour FEG here, right there. That's exactly where it is. And when I say could have, literally, that's what we do, people. We literally put our stop loss below or above FEG for the 4-hour. It's not me just saying it because you see the trader's done this. It's literally just that. And again, this was another trade idea, call out I gave to the VIPs, and then boom, that's a 12.5 R trade setup right there, people. Literally. So again, you're not going to get these massive trades every day. 1 to 2 R, sorry, 2 to 3 R risk to reward is perfectly fine on these setups. But these setups, I believe, were so huge. Again, I'm going to keep saying it because every quarter they tend to do this breakout. So the next breakouts that will be huge like this will be around June, July. And I'll show you guys and girls. I want people that are here now, hopefully they're still with me at that time in the group. They're going to be like, yep, you did say it, John. Around June, July, it's going to do the same thing again with some pairs. Just as a massive breakout. 500 pips in one way. Yeah? Cool. All right. So that's Euro New Zealand as well. Now, there was GBP CAD as well, which I did tell people. So GBP CAD, the same as that thing. Look at this. So here we go. So GBP CAD was one the week before that. And I told everybody in the group, again, that was in the paid VIP group. You can see the breakout there. As soon as that breakout happened, then what do we see here? There was a retest at this point to an FEG that had formed here. This was your W2 entry there. There's an FEG on this candle. And then, yeah, boom, you can see the massive trade breakout from there. Madness. Simple. Like, how simple is that? Just looking at the table and then going to the 4-hour chart when it's ready. I'm waiting for your W1, W2, M1, M2, or your high or low entry, depending on if it's a buy or sell. Simple. W's and lows are buys, M's and highs are sells on your 4-hour entry. So once it pulls back to the 4-hour FEG, that's what you're looking for. So simple as that. These are the trade setups that happened so far. I want people to see that this also works with metals as well. So it works with everything, people. So people ask me, does it work with this? Right now, you can see silver's a trade right now that did it. It even did it from Tuesday. So look here, guys and girls. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Like, then this is not a joke. Like, there's no reason for nobody to not have this. If they're already making money, well, you can make more money with this, probably easier. And if you're not making money, I don't know why you wouldn't purchase this whole setup because it's just ridiculous. Look, you can see here straight away. Where are we? Boom. If we go here and then we go here, that was the breakout right there. Boom. Breakout was there. Obviously, silver's not on this chart at the moment, on this table. It's not added. But if I do add it, let's just add it here quickly, just to show you. I'm not lying. XAG USD. Just add silver. What do we see? It should have two columns. There, right there. Can you see? Both green, telling us to look for buys. Boom. Yep, we're just waiting on the 4 hour for it to pull back here and then give us an entry. So we're looking for a W1, a W2, or a low entry in the 4 hour right now. Boom, we had a low entry right here. And then look, whoops, right there, boom. What's going on? So if I'm lying, I'm flying. Again, you would have entered here. Stop loss would have been below this 4 hour FVG. Let's let it go. And then right now you'd be here with silver holding the trade. This is a trade that happened this week as well. I actually just missed this trade setup because obviously silver isn't in my, and the only reason I missed it is because silver isn't in my table. And the funny thing is all I do is I've got another saved template that has all the metals, indexes and everything. And with that saved template, I just load that one up quickly in my load file. You can just load them up, pressing this button. I just load them up. And then, yeah, I can check them. I just literally forgot to load them up. That's the only reason why I missed silver, to give it out as a signal trade as well this week. So that's another winning signal trade right there I would have given out to every single person in this group. Do you understand? That's there. That's at least 2 winners so far this week. No problem whatsoever. Boom, boom, boom. So that's that trade there. So I'm just giving you the idea of that so you can see, guys and girls, it does work with other things. It also did work with NAS 100, I believe, and SPX the week before that as well. So we go over here. We had our breakout here, right here. And when we had our breakout there, let's just scroll up. You can see we had our breakout there. We had a high entry here after the FEG had been touched here. There was an FEG there. We had a high close there. And look at the entry it gave you, a NAS 100, people. Do you know how much money you could make off of this entry? Look at that. Boom. Your entry was there. That was a tiny. Your stop loss would have been maximum above here. So, you know, the stop loss above the high of the FEG, which was based on this candle here, you would have had one. Again, it's only not showing because let me just up the amount of FEG shown. Boom, there you go. So your stop loss would have been above this box here, right there. And look at the sell that you would have been in. Ridiculous, people. I cannot make this up. Do you understand? I cannot make this up. So it works on everything again, guys and girls. All right, cool. Now let's go over to the question that was asked before. If you've got any questions, please have them ready because I'm just going to go over this one, AD USD and NZD USD. So if you've got any questions, please get them ready. This is the easiest strategy you're ever going to learn. I don't care what anyone says. There's no easier than you're going to have than this. Like, it's ridiculous. So AD USD is gearing up for a buy trade continuation right now. So as simple as this, what you can see on AD USD is you can see this is here. The breakout order isn't confirmed yet because this candle isn't closed, but the EMA is breaking as well. So once the EMA breaks, you'll see AD USD is going to pop up on this table here. And it's going to have this column here. It's going to say yes. And this column is going to be bullish ×2. It's going to say yes. And then, yeah, we're going to be able to take our trade setup based on this as well. So we're just going to be waiting for price action to pull back to this FVG here, or even this one here, whichever one it decides to give us a, whenever it pulls back into here and retests here, once it pulls back into there, Neo's going to give us an indication of when we get our W1, W2, or low entry for a buy. So it might even decide to go all the way to here, but that will start to clear the breakout order. Some of those ones are more risky, but it could break it out. Sometimes they do a manipulation, grab all the way down, and then it'll give you your 4 hour entry here just to go back up. But usually what tends to happen is it will hold this area here, which is the area that doesn't let the breakout close on this time frame on the daily. So between here and here, I would say you're looking for your entry, this FEG or this one here. You'll get your W1, your W2, or your low entry. I can see it from here, low, boom, boom, boom. So you're more than likely going to get a W1 entry because this is M1, this is low, So M2's got to form. So the pullback is going to be M2. Then the W1 should form in this area here for the continuation. Yeah, it's always going to be valid when it's number two. But you don't have to stress about that, Pikachu. Again, look, if it's number two, it only flashes on number two. Any other number, it won't flash. It won't show you a color. It's coded that way because people will have confusion. So it's got people from getting confused. So I've coded it so it only shows it when it comes up as number two. So that's why you have double column. That's two colors. Sorry, that's one color. So you have two columns, that's one color. Because again, it will say yes when there's a breakout, and it will say it will be flashing here as well when there's this one. When yeah, it's basically literally only on number two. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, that's AUD USD right there. NZD. There's gonna be a few pairs, I think, today that's gonna appear. Wanda. And same thing for NZD USD. It's the same thing. You can see the two here. So even this one might get touched. So it's in between these three. It might even go all the way down to here. But what we're waiting for is the pullback. Once you get the W1, which one would this be? If this is W2, so it's going to be a W1 entry. So it's still got to make an M1. No, this could be a low entry, sorry, because this is W2. So make a low entry. So it's going to do an M1. Then the buy candle will be a low entry. And then, yeah, boom, it will continue. So more than likely be a low entry that will appear. But again, it could be either a W1 low or W2 within any of these three FVGs here, right here, boom. And it's not going to just, if it creates it up here, no, it has to retest at least one of them. If it retests the FVG, then creates it, that's when you look for your trade setup. So, and it's not hard to, it's not something you have to be like, oh, how do I understand this? How do I get it? My friend, it's literally going to pull back into the FVG and it's literally going to say W1, W2 or lower the chart. As soon as that happens, trade. Don't start saying, but what about this angle? No, listen to what I'm telling you. It's going to pull back into the FVG on the 4 hour, and wherever it says W1, W2 or low after that, yeah, it might say in this gap here, it might say up here, wherever. Enter the trade, man. Enter the trade. Stop overcomplicating. Enter the trade. Simple. Yeah. And that's it. And let it go. And it's more than likely trying to target this high up here. That's what it's going for. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I don't really like it when they do these huge breakouts, though. I prefer for them to kind of just have a little breakout like this, because now we can see it bought on Monday. Bought on Tuesday, bought on Monday, bought on Tuesday, bought on Wednesday. At some point, they're going to want to pull back price. Now, it's not impossible from what the moves we've seen that they've just been buying for like 6 days now from like EuroCAD, GBP, or that's why I showed those pairs. So don't always think just because you see this, it's always going to work. They might want to pull this back now because it has bought for 2 days. And then now comes my next feature that I said to people is that it also has not broken daily bullish structure. It's actually daily bearish. So we're trying to trade the idea of a daily bullish breaking structure happening now. So doesn't mean it can't work. Doesn't mean it's still not a valid trade. I'm just telling you, if the trade does lose, you've already got the first factor that is not daily bullish. That can already knock you out of the trade. Then the second factor that I'm looking into and paying attention to is the last week's candle was actually bearish. Do you understand? So the fact that last week's candle was bearish, it might just reverse this whole move with the next news event and then start selling back down. Do you understand? If it wanted to. So there's 2 things that are actually against you if this trade does lose. But giving you the setup and how we follow the setup, yes, this is a trade setup. Do you understand? It's that simple. So it's like the week we had the losers. Those were the 2 things that I would say stop the trades from winning. The daily was still the opposite direction, and the weekly was an opposite color candle, basically. So that's why I put those trades did lose, basically. Cool. So yeah, there's NZD, USD, AUD, USD, and there's even some of the JPYs, I believe, like GBP, JPY. Gonna have a continuation. Yeah, so you can see GJ is gonna have a breakout here. These are the type of breakouts I prefer, nice small, because these breakouts here, that means that move you just saw in AU and EU, sorry, AU and NU, it can now do that move. Do you understand? But if it's already done that move, how much more of that move does it want to do? That's always our problem. how more does the trade want to go? How much more? So yeah, this one can go. It's already retested this FVG here as well. So this might just be a straight continuation move, GJ, if it goes. It might, if this one just keeps going and doesn't create a new FVG until it's already like done 200 pip move or 100 pip move, it's because it already retested the FVG within the creation of this breakout. So sometimes that happens, like USD CHF. You saw what that did at first, just kept selling. Do you understand? Didn't care, just kept selling. So sometimes that happens. So there's like this one that's gonna go off. AD, was that NZD CAD? I think it's NZD CAD as well. No, this one's already gone, but this wasn't a breakout candle. Which one was there? There was Euro JPY. I think that was one. Yeah, Euro JPY. You can see it's going to be enough one that will pop up because you can see the breakout here. Boom. So Euro JPY is going for it as well. Look, it's the same thing. You can just see it breakout, boom, continuation. This is why it's like once you start seeing the market like this, it's a very simple setup. So again, what Euro JPY is going to come up on the dashboard when the market closes soon. And what you're looking at here, you've got an FVG here that could create, and you've got an FVG here. So one of these two FVGs, price can pull back to, and then you'll get your it'll be a W2 entry, I believe. We've got M2, W1, yeah, high, and then W2, yeah. So it'll be a W2 entry more than likely, but it could be a W1 low or high. Sorry, W1 low or W2 entry. But from what I can see, how the labels are patterned, it should be a W2. Once it gives you that entry, boom, you take the continuation. They're more than likely going for this. I personally think they're going to take these JPYs all the way back up because we know they love to buy these JPYs. Yeah, you're not going to trade it. You're not going to trade the NZD JPY now. That's just in general. So it's pointless even looking at it, mate. I don't want to confuse no people, so I'm not going to do it. It's just pointless because you got to understand when it comes to me teaching, some people times they are people asking questions, but then what happens? I get a bunch of DMs after. But you said this, John, but you said that, and I'm like, stop overcomplicating everything. So NZD JPY is not ready for the trade setup yet, and that's probably why these pairs are buying. Remember, if it's got to pull back to an FVG and it's done a monthly breakout, it's trying to pull back to a weekly FVG. Do you understand? So it's got to pull back to a weekly FVG. It's done a monthly breakout, and then it's got to continue from there. And remember, so you're looking at it pulling back to the weekly FVG. That could take 1 to 2 to 3 weeks. It depends. And then after that, it's still got to do a reversal from the FVG that it pulls back to. So that could be another 1 to 2 weeks. You get it. So it just all depends. So that's what we're seeing. No worries, mate. No worries, Pikachu. So yeah, that's the way it's set up at the moment. So from everything I've said so far, has anybody got any questions on what to trade, how to trade, or what's going on here, or how hard this is? It's very simple, mate. It's very simple. It's like I can't even make it up how simple it is. If you trade in a prop account, there is no way you should be blowing your prop account trading. This is not possible. Okay, even if AU and NU lost, okay, let's say you made remember there was the trades already from this week. So there was silver and the Euro USD. Yeah. Let's say you've already made, I don't know, 1 to 2 to 3%. Let's just say you made 3%. Then you took AU and NU and they both lost. Let's say you lost 1% on that trade because you took 0.5% entry on both trades. You're still up 2%. You're still up 1% if you only made 2%. Do you get where I'm coming from? If you only made 1% and then you took half of it, you're still break even for the week. Like, but it's not going to happen to you every time because last week was a winner. This week was, do you get what I'm saying? This week there was winners already. So it's not possible. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to tell everyone is get the system, get into the crew, get yourself a proper car and go. Just take it from there. Because by the end of this year, you'll be good. You'll be good. You understand? Like you'd be good. You'd be making 1 to 2 to 3K payouts a month. Simple. Like it's simple. You understand? Like there's already a gentleman that's already passed this prop account trading this strategy. He's already passed it on the risk management he set up for himself. And you don't have to stress yourself because people now go, but how much risk should I take? How much do it's simple. If you're seeing there's right now, there's about, let's just put it this way. I would say keep it very simple. This is the easiest way to do it. Don't risk more than 1% per trade, I would say, and then work around from there. So you can do 1/4%, so 0.25%. You could do 0.50%. You could do 0.75% or 1%. Don't risk more than 1% a trade. It's not necessary. So again, if you're seeing from here to here, this is what I would say. Keep it simple. If you've got a 1-to-1 risk to reward, let's just show people. So let's just say this was your entry of your trade here, and your stop loss was below here. Yeah. Boom. So let's just make it a round figure. Right there, 70 pips, yeah. You're risking to do this 1-to-1 here. Let's just say this is how you was going to take this trade. Again, this is a fee. This is not the strategy. This is just the idea. You only want to risk 1%. Yeah. Here. Let's do this. You only want to risk either 0.25%. Yeah. Or 0.50% or 0.75%. Yeah. Or 1%. That's all you want to do. Just get a proper count and do that. Don't overcomplicate it. Do you understand? Because again, like I said, there's 2 trades tomorrow. So if you wanted to take both AU and NU, let's say the entry appears, risk 0.25% on both of them. That way you're only risking 0.5%. Or risk 0.50% on both of them. And that way you're only risking 1% together. Don't enter every single position. If there's 3, 4, 5 positions, don't enter all of them with 1% risk or 0.5% risk. You just blow your account that way. It's not necessary. You split the risk. That's what I say. It's not complicated, guys and girls. I'm telling you, most times people are just complicating it for themselves. It is not complicated. But there is no way if you're trading 0.25% risk and let's say 2 to 3 entries come in a day, I am telling you, you're not going to blow that profit count. You're going to be so casual, going to work, the trade entry comes in, you enter the trade, boom. Even if you miss trades, it's okay, people, if you've got a 9 to 5, because this happens every week. I'm literally posting a video every week, and I'm not even posting all of the trades. It's that deep. You understand? So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be doing the signal pip count, but I'm also going to put trade ideas, which are trades that fit all the confluences and still went off. But obviously, I didn't give them out as a signal with enter now, stop loss, and entry. But if you have this system, yeah, there's no way you couldn't have taken the trade yourself if you want to. Just because I don't take the trade doesn't mean you don't have to take the trade if it has all the confluences. I have my reasons for not taking trades, and that's because maybe I just feel like, hey, I've made enough money for this week. Maybe you want to make more. Do you understand? Maybe you missed 2 trades and you want to see if you can catch these trades. Everybody has their reasons. But what the whole point of Neo is that it shows you it shows you what pairs to look for. So it's that simple. Do you understand? Keep it simple. So that's it, guys and girls. Anyone got any other questions? Any questions at all? Any questions? Any questions, people? Dum, dum, dum. Look here, Apple had a breakout here. Let's go here and see what happened. Apple had a breakout there on the daily, pulled back to a 4-hour FEG, where here, look, boom. I can't make this up. This is Apple. I just went on this right now. I just went on this right now, guys and girls. I'm going to keep saying the same thing. I went on this right now. I had a daily breakout. Yeah. Here. Boom. This was the daily breakout day, which was last week, Thursday. It did not retest until Monday, the FVG. This is when it retested the FVG again after. Boom. On Monday. Gave you an M1 entry for the sell. Boom. This is a stock, people. It's a stock. Let's see if we can do weeks. Wheat might be looking a bit funny. Wheat was here though. Daily breakout was here. Last week, Thursday, pulled back here. This is wheat. Look, pulled back to the FEG by the Friday. M1 entry, continuation of sell. This is wheat, people. This is wheat. Like, you understand? Again, we're going to go back to Apple. Yeah, we're going to go back to Apple. and boom. So you're talking about this one here. You're talking about this FVG here, basically. Yeah, that's happened here. Now, yes, this could give you a cancellation of a trade because one of the losers we had 2 weeks ago had this, which stopped it. It kept making price bounce, kept making it bounce, bounce, bounce. But then why I think that this one did win compared to the other one is the other one, this is why I said I'm looking at more features to add over time and why I added the break of structure. This one was daily bearish. When we tried to take Euro New Zealand and it had this opposite FVG, it was daily bullish. Do you understand? So the fact that this had created, but price was daily bearish structurally, it's in a downtrend on the daily. So now this downtrend with this breaker structure, with this breakout order that happened here, even the daily FVG that was here, which was with the 4-hour FVG, they're both in the same area, has so much more precedence over the 1 4-hour bullish FVG that happened here. That's what I would say there. Do you understand? But even if you want to enter these trades, again, I just showed you a risk format as traders. Just enter with less risk. Do you understand? And if it does lose, what is the first reason why you would think this trade lost? Because if you entered and this trade didn't win, you already know why the trade didn't win. You're not crying about it. You're not upset. You're like, I tried it. Everything looked good enough, but obviously this was in the way. Boom. You would have got your reason. Do you get my point? Simple. No worries. Yeah, but even though this one went back up above, yeah, it wasn't a breakout candle. Wasn't a breakout. If you had Apple in your system here, this wouldn't have been a breakout candle. So that buy back up wasn't a breakout. So it wasn't order flow. It's just probably a liquidity hunt. It wasn't order flow move like that, if that makes sense. It wasn't an order flow move. And then boom. So let's go to here. He trades it off. Tesla is already let's see. Tesla's already in a downtrend. Let's see this one here. This was a breakout. Yep. Look there. So Tesla should have given you, let's just see. Not talk. Let's see. There we go. So look right here. High entry right after the daily breakout. Where is it? Boom. That was here even. So daily breakouts here. Pullback to the FVGs here. Here's the first pullback. High entry after. And then you would have been in this trade here on Tesla. And you would have had a stock swing trade all the way down to there on that high entry. These are stocks. I don't trade stocks. I'm doing this randomly just to show you that this isn't, I'm not fibbing. You can even believe me for 50 GBP, or you can think I'm lying, but I don't know. It's up to the trading, boy. Right there. Like, the whole point of what I'm trying to explain to you guys and girls here is it does it more than it doesn't do it. And that's all we need in this game. Does it do it more than it doesn't? Break off. Yeah, it is. It's more than that. But you don't have to stress yourself with that again. Like I said, if that's the same Kyle from the VIP, you don't even have to stress yourself with that, mate, because the table's going to pick all of this up for you. Yes, it is more than what you said. Yes, it is. That's the answer to your question. But again, it's the table does that for you. Don't stress yourself. It's right there. That's if you are in the group, it's what you pay for. Yeah, the table does that for you. Don't stress your brain. Let your brain cool out, man. Put some ice in your brain. Let it cool out. Put it near the fan. Let it cool out. Don't worry. Don't stress yourself. It's right there. You understand? Yeah, that's the one up you've got. Yeah, you're not missing. No, it's fine. I understand. And that's what I'm saying. Don't stress yourself. That's why I said don't even stress yourself, mate. Because that's what I said. When people don't get the strategy at first, do you get my point? I'm not saying you don't get it at all, but I'm saying if they feel like they're missing something even, it's because they're trying to add other variables that I haven't explained, if that makes sense. And I'm like, no, like keep it as dead simple as I said. There will be these 2 columns that appear, yeah, and then just wait for the breakout. So I'm going to stay in this Zoom for the next couple of minutes and we're going to watch this table live update so everybody can see the trades for tomorrow. So has anyone got any other questions? I'm showing you guys and girls this live, like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, that's it. Those are the pairs I don't trade though. Euro CHF, AD New Zealand, Euro GBP. I just don't trade those pairs because they move too funny, personally. They don't do the breakout it did today often. So that's why I don't trade them. Most times you'll be getting caught up in the chop. But look here, people. Look, this is the pair he's talking about. It's right in front of you here. Euro CHF, you see? Here was your breakout order. Where was your pullback to your thingy? Your 4-hour FEG. Let's see. Yeah, so this one never pulled back though. That's the only thing. It never pulled back. But you can see just on the sheer power of that breakout order on the daily through the EMA. Look, boom. You can see what the trade did. Like I'm gonna keep doing this, guys and girls, and that's what I said. What I'm gonna do is because it's like people can see this, but then again, people love to see like money and the pips. So I'm gonna be showing people all the signals I give, but then I'm also gonna add this was the so I'll start from the beginning from this month here. I'm gonna show all the breakouts that have happened as well this week. So even if I didn't give the trade out, the trades that fit the confluences, yeah, the three confluences that are the original confluences and what they do with the move, which again is the two table columns being lit up with a bullish or bearish color and a pullback to a 4-hour FEG. And then a W or M entry or high or low entry on the 4-hour. This system works best on the daily. It's not because it works better with fundamentals only, but I would say more or less is that the higher time frame you use any indicator on, any indicator, the better you're going to get results because you're seeing it's more, again, the banks are not trading on the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 15-minute chart. It's only us retail traders that are doing that. Banks are not doing that. Banks are trading from the daily, monthly, weekly, and most times it's from the weekly and monthly. They're not trading on the 4-hour chart. You understand? They've got no need. They've got billions of dollars. They ain't got time to do that stuff. So that's why. So if they're trading on those time frames and you're paying attention to those time frames, well, once they make an order flow, an order move, that's what we're seeing here. The breakout is them placing an order. So we're seeing them place that order. Let's say they're trading from the daily, weekly, monthly time frame. So they probably enter on the daily, analyze on the weekly, and then look for long-term projections on the monthly. Well, when they place the daily order, we can see it. Do you understand? That's what this is giving you. You can see it on multiple 28 pairs at once. So it's easy for you. Boom, boom, boom. So many trading opportunities basically from this every day. An entire challenge can be passed within a month, right? Yeah, of course you can pass a challenge in a month. Yeah, if you do 0.25 to 0.50 risk, yeah, well, of course you can. But again, don't sweat yourself. Like I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to sweat yourself with all of this. Like if you pass in 2 months, you pass in 3 months, it's all good. What I feel like a lot of traders they have an issue with is they don't realize that if you're actually winning 7 to 8 out of 10 trades that you're taking, it's not going to bug you if you pass your proper count in 3 or 4 months. You're not going to, and especially it's how much are you winning and how easy is it for you to win. So if you're literally just coming to your chart and then every 4 hours you just look for an entry, stress free, and you get in that trade. And you're doing 0.25% risk, or maybe you're going a bit slower because you want to play it safer, however it is, let's just say now. Yeah. And you pass your profit count in 2, 3 months. You're not going to complain. You know what I mean? But it's not every single day. Don't get yourself into that mind frame of every single day. Again, we have to get ourselves out of that mind frame because we're all at this point where we're still trying to make this mass money. So we have this concept that we must trade every day. From that euro, I even did this here for jokes. So look here, I put a 10 lot on euro USD. Yeah, I don't know why this refreshed. But I put a 10 lot on euro USD. That was a 280 pip trade. Yeah, 10 lot. Why do I need to trade any more this month if I just made 28,000 off of one trade out of all of those trading opportunities? If I made 28K, if I held it, I'd have made $28,000, not like $3,000. I made $28,000 and I was in 2 trades. So I'd have made like $60,000. I don't need to trade again for this month because I honestly feel I'm like literally, unless you want to start doing this mad splurging and money spending, going from probably making 5 to 10K a month to making 28, 60,000 in a month Come on, man. How much you need to spend? Or you need to go Vegas and casino or something. What are you doing? Even if you want the Lambo's not costing you 60,000 a month. You can get them on finance and hire purchase and leases for like 2.5K a month. It's not costing you $60,000. You understand? It's not. Do you get what I'm saying, people? So you don't, and that's what I'm trying to say. That was one trade. So imagine you could have made like 250,000 this one month from multiple trades, or 100,000. You're not gonna need all of these trades. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, at least that's what it is. At least 70%. Yeah. So I would say out of 30 days, there's at least 20 trading days. Do you get where I'm coming from? There's at least 20 trading days. Let's just call it, or let's say there's 20 because the weekend's not open. So if there's 20 trading days, there's at least 15 trading days in the month. Do you get it? Because obviously the weekends are there as well. So it's like 22 days, if I'm right. Yeah. It will get anybody out of work. I'm just trying to show people. That's remember, I stopped doing YouTube videos for a long time. And I stopped for a reason because I went into the dungeon. I went into the dungeon to start, crafting my skill and creating this product. Do you understand? That's why I stopped doing YouTube videos. But I'm doing YouTube videos again now because, look, if I show people, they're not going to believe me. Do you understand? They're not going to believe me. And again, I got to keep telling people, you've got to get that out of your mind of, he's just trying to sell me a product. If you want to keep having that, that's up to you. But you're not going to go nowhere with that mentality. You get it? All right, cool. Look here. So I don't believe the table's updated just yet. Let's see. Still got to wait a few more minutes. You got to give it its due time because the table's trying to still close candles and whatnot. But we're going to see the table updating shortly. Let's give it a few minutes. Of course, right? Of course, you can make it a lot of money with it. But that's what I'm trying to show people. I'm trying to I'm not hiding it. I'm showing people. I'm like, hey, because I'm not the only person that's traded this way. There's probably other people that have traded this type of way or whatever. I'm not saying I'm the first person that's created this, but I'm putting it in a format maybe so it's easier for you to at least understand. Do you understand? Right there in front of your eyes. And the main concept is the fact of the table. The table just is the icing on the cake. Do you understand? Because someone else said to me today, oh, alerts you would need. I'm like, you don't need alerts on this if you're using a daily time frame. You'd only need alerts on this table over here on the right if you're trading lower time frames. But if you're doing a daily time frame, you don't need alerts because you'll see exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm doing this live for everyone so nobody can say, hey, you didn't do it. Yeah, live. When the table updates, then we'll know what pairs to take. We're just waiting to see if there's any pairs here. Boom. Just gonna go. So the table, obviously, when price action is doing that whole gap when the market closes and it's trying to reopen, it's just going through that little period at the moment. That's why you just got to wait a little bit. Yeah, it's like usually like 5 minutes. It's between 5 and 10 minutes. It's 5 and 10 minutes. So in that whole 1 hour period when the market closes, this is when this will start to play around. But you can see it's not even put the breakout order here for AD CAD yet, which it will do that. So you can see that it hasn't updated. AD CAD is always my first pair. So when this appears, boom, the breakout order. Just got to wait for it to move. Anybody got any questions while we're waiting? There we go. Yeah, so it's the first 5 minutes. There we go. Just close this. Okay, see it's starting to update now. Can you see people? You saw that all live. You see there? So entered the USD, AD, USD, the two pairs we went over. Can you see? Right in front of your eyes. Yes. And there, so you got two columns here. So obviously the breaker structure has just been added. Don't worry. I'm still looking into if there's any bugs in that. But again, you can see the perfect breaker structure with the arrows. I want to make that clear. Don't worry about the table. The perfect breaker structure is when you look at the exact pair, you're looking at, you see the arrows where the arrows were. When that candle closed, that's where the perfect breaker structure is. Right now on the table, I'm still just having a little few more tweaks with it because, yeah, like I said, it was giving me a headache. But look here, let's just pay attention. I switched off the breaker structure. Look, 2 columns, AD/USD. 2 columns, entered the USD. There you go. And some other ones might start to appear. Look, see Euro GBP. So you just got to give it its time. Give it like 5 to 10 minutes. Look, Euro GBP has appeared now. So now we've got 3 pairs. So you see how easy this is. I don't even need to do nothing, people. So Euro GBP is obviously, remember, the market's doing that weird thing where it gaps up, gaps down. It's playing around right now because the market's closed. It's the crossover. But look here. See, look, you see Euro JPY. You see, so we've got AD/USD, Euro GBP, Euro JPY. Entered the USD. I think GJ should appear as well. We'll give it its time. So can you see how simple that is, people? As a live demonstration. And now all you're going to do is on those pairs, you're just going to go wait for the next day. So Euro GBP. Yeah. There you go. So here's your 4-hour FEG here, where it might pull back into this one. It can pull back into either or. Give you your W1, your low, or your W2 entry, and then you take the continuation. Literally, Euro GBP did the same thing here. And that's exactly what it did. Look, broke out there, boom. And then it did the same thing for the continuation of the buy. It's just doing it again here. So this just looks like it's a monthly. Yeah, this is a monthly W that it formed. Here was basically, we go to the monthly chart. So it's not even a monthly, it's a weekly W. Make it look better, there you go. It's a weekly, so you can see here. Yep. So the W started from there. We can see it went all the way down, up, down, and that's trying to break out. So that's Euro GBP. Let's go back over to the daily chart so we can see what it's got. So we know AD/USD, AD/USD. Let's just go check them. So these are all the pairs we're just looking at. So there's AD/USD. Then there's boom, boom, boom. NZD/USD. As well, NZD/USD. And there was, I believe there was Euro JPY as well. So it's just playing around at the moment. The market, as I said, is gapping up and down. That's why the table is flashing. Because it's reading the live candle movements. That's why it's playing around. But once this one here appears, the box will appear back here. Your JPY will appear there. So you can see, people, it's literally just telling you what to look for. You're going to know straight away. Anybody got any questions? As they can see it right now. Any questions? Any new people in the Zoom? Very simple, not stressful at all. As it goes. Very, very simple. Right, that's it. Just pattern parcel. You see what I just did there? And just wait for your 4-hour pullback. And then the FW indicator to give you an entry. And you just follow that. Follow that all week round, all month round, all year round. And you'll have more winners than losers. I kid you not. That's it. No nonsense attitude to trading. All right. So anybody got any other questions? But no other questions, I'll leave the Zoom there. Yeah, GJ is one as well. Let's see. Just waiting its time. Because the block market's moving. But GJ is one. You see the breakout order there. EMA break. So GJ is going to go. Should buy as well. No worries. See AD, JPY, I think that was one as well. Nope, AD, JPY is not one because the EMA is up there. I think CAD JPY is not one as well because the EMA is far away. Yeah. It's far. So you got pairs. There's about 5 pairs today. So there's one, 2, 3, 4, and then GJ would be 5 once it decides to. It's out. That's why GJ isn't appearing as a double because GJ did break the daily EMA the day before, and this is why it did a trick. Yeah, GJ. It broke the daily EMA here. Can you see the EMA turned green? So it broke the daily EMA here. So that's why you're not getting a double confirmation. But GJ is one because this is the breakout order candle now. So this one didn't break. It would have been the breakout candle if this wick didn't happen on the Monday. This weird little wick. So it's like they were going to do it on the Monday, but then they faked you out and they're like, nah, we're not going to do it. They pulled it back, you see? And then they went to try and do it this time, but they couldn't make a breakout candle because, again, this wick was in the way. But now this is the breakout candle to tell them, yep, we're locking it in. And then now GJ should buy. Today it should buy basically for its continuation. So I think all the JPYs will continue to buy today. And the targets are these highs here. And this high here, I think it's going to go all the way, not all the way up there, but I think it's going to at least try and go for this high here. If anything, between now and next week, I think it's going to go for this high up here, which is 194,750. It's going to do like what EuroCAD did, GBP order thing. I think the JPYs are the next ones to do it. Cool. So if there's no questions, I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, there's 5 pairs to look at. So there's 4 on the table that will be appearing. And then GJ is one. So don't dismiss it. It's just that the fact that it did a little sneaky break here. That's why it's not appearing on the table. No worries at all. There's 5 possible trading opportunities today. Let's see what happens with them, and I'll show everybody in the group later on. No worries, people. Message me if you want to get Neo. Let me know if you want to get this source. Again, lifetime access is not going to be around forever. You can do a split payment for lifetime access over 2 months. You can make 1 full payment. If you make 1 full payment, you get a discount. If you do a split payment, then obviously it's over 2 months. Let me know, message me, let me know the source. It's your boy Big John, signing out. Peace, 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 peace.